What's this? A real challenge? You've finally caught my attention. A fellow exile. One more fool under Zana's sway. Allow me to destroy you before she has a chance to betray you too. At least, my way will be quick. You slew my friends. You brought ruin to my world. You have invaded my very center. I should be furious, and yet I feel nothing. How boring and small. Destroying you is as easy as flicking a pest. Did you really think this would work? I transcended all this long ago. Feel the thrill of
the void. Why run? What's the point? Your lives are meaningless. Watch UT crumble.
Hello guys, dind't here, and today I want to talk about this little baby that I've been building around called Hexblast of Havoc CoC and CDR. Firstly, I want to make these little bits of TLDR for you guys, so this build is more like a proof of concept, so it's not complete in any means. This character is still on level 92, so I'm still leveling it, crafting some items, making some better gear, so it's open for you guys to make improvements. Secondly, I want to explain why I've chosen Hexblast of Havoc as my main skill. So, as you might see right now, basically no one's building CoC and CDR with this new skill. So I thought, like, why not? The only other guy that made a build guide of it is Aero, this character right here. It's a really good build, it's a really great guide, but it's bow based. It's not for me, it's not my playstyle. I went with Cyclone and Occultist. That's more comfortable for me. If you prefer, his build guide is really good, his build is really good, so you might go with it. But I prefer Occultist with Cyclone. So let's talk about it. Talking about the build right now, I want to explain the skill I use to trigger the Hexblast. I'm using Cyclone of Tumult since it gains attack speed per stage, and it will really help us. That way we don't need as much attack speed on clusters, we only need one cluster with attack speed, and with it we are instantly on the last breakpoint at around 10 attacks per second. For that we also need CoC and CDR, Awakened CoC and CDR at level 5, and with cooldown recovery rates on my belt, we need at least 15% increased cooldown recovery on belt. That way we will have 52% increased cooldown recovery. Let me show it right here. At least we need at least 52. It means that we are at the last breakpoint with the most attack speed we can get. Let me show it like here. As you might see, my attack speed is going up, up, and up, and stops around 9.9. If my claw got a little 30% increased attack speed, it could get to 10 attacks per second. Next, let's talk about our items. I will start with my claw. I have bought the Gemini Claw with T1 Global Critical Strike Multiplier, I think for 20, 40 C, I think, and crafted it with Essence of Zeal to get like T1, T0 attack speed until I get Tier 2 at least, or Tier 1 increase the critical strike chance. Then I use it to fix cannot be changed, a Veiled Chaos Orb, and I prayed for increased spell damage or increased chaos damage. Increased chaos damage is like a tier 2 mod for this, but since it's so close and the damage difference is so low, I've settled for this. Then we craft hits can't be evaded, that way we don't care about accuracy. Talking now about our helmets, it could be 2 helmets. You could buy one of the inward eye with +1 maximum power charge implicit. I've used it for a few times but craft this one. At the moment, the crown has been really expensive. I bought mine like for 2-3 divs and now it's rolling for 8 divs with bad rolls. I don't know why, maybe some people have sent a guide using it, so they went up really high on price. This one I crafted with less than 1 div. I've bought 2 bases, one with Warlord and one with Hunter influence. I've used alteration spell on the Warlord influenced base until I got maximum power charges, and used crafting harvest crafts to get nearby enemies have less 9 to kills res. Awaken Absorb to combine them, and got this one. It's okay one. It has a open prefix, so I could craft increased energy shield. That's really good for us. It has a tier 2, I think tier 1 elemental resistance. That's really great for us as well. My belts, I bought this one. It has to be Shaper influence, or I think it's Crusader influence to get the increased cooldown recovery rate. I crafted mine with a sense of rage until I get increased the cooldown recovery rate tier 1. It has to be tier 1 to get at more than 15% increased cooldown recovery rate to get to last breakpoint. I got this one. I've used it to fix cannot be changed, and got and used Veiled Chaos Orb to get this prefix maximum energy shield for us. I got this one with tier 2 now resistant. That's really great, and craft increased damage. It's not perfect, it's not the best, but it's really great. For our rings, I got these 2 bases. One with it has to have this mod last 3 to total mana cost of skills. I've bought this one for like 2 divs, and slap non-channeling skills have to last 7 to total mana cost. So that way our Cyclone is costs 1 mana, and when our flags are active, it costs 0 mana. And I bought this one with a lot of attributes and increased spell damage per power charge on implicit, and as I've slapped non-channeling skills have less mana cost as well. Our last hair item is our gloves. I've paid I think 7 divines for this one. It's a little bit overpriced, but it was a really good one. It has attributes, resistance, and good energy shield. Then I used Eldritch influenced orbs to get wither you inflict inspire 15% slower, and unnerve enemies for 4 seconds on hit. Up front, I'm gonna show you why unnerve on our POB, and wither is good. If you want, you could get increased effect of your marks for a little bit of more damage, or increased damage per intelligence to get more damage as well. To start talking about our unique items, I want to talk about our body armor, Skin of the Lords. This body armor have 3 main things that I want to mention. First, and the most simple thing is, you can only socket corrupted gems. You might sound stupid, I'm talking about it, but I've seen people having problem with it. Second thing, sockets cannot be modified. So the way we got the colors is the way we're gonna get it. Let's talk about the colors. I have prepared here some colors that you can buy it. First one, and the best one, on my opinion, is 3 blue, 3 green ones. Second one, 4 blue, 2 green ones. Third one, 3 greens, 2 blue, 1 red. Fourth one, 3 blues, 1 red, 2 green. So my build, I'm using 3 blue, 3 green, but if you don't have one with a good keystone attached to it at this color, and or you don't have the budget to buy one like this, you can buy one of those. In this case, instead of Awakened Void Manipulation, we can socket increased critical damage. In this case, we're going to use, instead of 1 blue socket with increased critical damage, we're going to use Empower support. And this is the same case, but instead of using Awakened Void Manipulation as a green, we use increased critical damage and Empower support. I don't recommend, although you can use Inspiration support. Inspiration, if you don't know, it reduces the mana cost of skills. You can use it, it's okay, it's completely fine. I think it's not goes to 0 mana cost on Hexblast, but it's okay. If you want, you can use it. Third and most important thing I want to mention is the keystone. As you might notice, every single skin of the Lord has a keystone attached to it. This could be good, this could be okay, and this could be really bad, as this one. We had in this one Precise Technique. This completed breakups our build, because with Precise Technique we cannot deal critical strike. So talking now about the keystones. In my opinion, there are some that are really good. I'm using one with Wicked Ward. Let me pick up the POB right. So right here, I'm using one with Wicked Ward. It lets our energy shield recharge rate, but energy shield recharge is not interrupted by damage taken during the recharge. It's okay. One really good you can get is with Divine Shield or Cleansing Blows. That way we can save a point on our tree. One okay-ish is with Iron Will, because it gives us a little bit of damage. Like here, let me show you. If I just slap Iron Will here, we get almost 1,000,000 damage. And third, and the best one you could get is with Uneven Stance. Not that really good, because we cannot evade enemy attacks, but with this build we are not aiming to evasion, since our Flasks are flagellant and we gain charges when we are hit. Uneven Stance is really good, that way we gain more flash charges, we cannot be stunned, so we don't stop cycloning around, and our cost of mana is really low. So just take care while buying it. Some can go with Resolute Technique, or I think it's right here. Let me see. Supreme Eagle, that's another one that completely breaks our build. So when you are buying it, just take really close care on it to not buy one that completely breaks our build. The next 3 items are Replica Dragon Fang with level 2 all Hexblast skills gems, I've Annoit Charisma for mana reservation efficiency and increased effect on non-curse auras, Iris Aurora for recover energy shield equal to 2% of our armor when you're blocked. Since we are max block, this triggers a lot. And I bought this one with physical damage taken from his taking as chaos damage. It's really good, it increases our defense a little bit. Try to get one with as much increased armor energy you could get. And to close it down, we go into with the Stampede. This boot say your movement speed is 100% of its base value, and it's never lower than this. That way, even when you are cycling around, our character is quite, not really fast, but it's quite fast. And I have anointed Infused for maximum power charge on it. So talking now about our Flasks. I went with this combo with 1 Topaz, 1 Ruby, and 1 Sapphire Flask for less damage taken for each element. I went with immunity to bleeding, reduced the effect of our curses, and increased the armor during effect. To close it, our magic flask, I went with a granite flask This one is really important since it has the mod Reduced Mana Cost of Skill during effect. Without this craft, our build don't work as good. And I want you to pay attention since we have gain 3 charges when you are hit by an enemy. This mod is the best one. You might think of gain flash charge, chance to gain flash charge, I think, with critical strikes. That mod, it has like a inside cooldown on it, so we don't gain as much flash charges as you will want, but with gain 3 charges when we are hit by an enemy, and our Watcher's Eye with gain flash charge when you do critical strike were affected by precision, these flags are most of the time, I don't say all the time, but most of the time active. And to close it all, I went with Bot of Faith to more damage and critical strike chance against enemies on consecrated ground. Now let's talk a little bit of our skill jumps. Our main skills are Hexblast of Havoc, Awakened Divine Manipulation, Power Charge on Critical, Awakened Cast on Critical Strike, Cyclone of Tumult, and Increased Critical Strikes. As I've said already on our body armor section, you could work this around as you might need it, but this is like the best one. So we have a mark setup with Assassin's Mark, Mark on Hit, Enhance, and Inspiration. That way our mark cuts 0 mana. This one I still leveling this up, but you could go with a 2021. Our main auras are Determination, Vault Discipline, Zealotry, and we need Enlightening at least level 3. We have a second setup of auras with Tempest Shield and Defiance Banner. We need level 21 Tempest Shield, that way we got 75% spell block chance. And I went with Molten Shell to get a little bit of armor and less damage taken. This build is not that tanky at all, but since we are walking around with Molten Shell most of the time, it gets a little bit tanky. Different of most people, I didn't want a Despair on hit setup. I want my rings with those implicits, so I went with this. Despair and Blasphemy. That way, our Despair is used as an aura, and enemies that get closer to us got Despair. I went with Despair for reduced chaos resistance on enemies, and that way, every enemy that we trigger Hexblast deal the explosion effect of Hexblast. This precision is only used for our Watcher's Eye, and we need, since our Despair is used as an aura, we need Enlighten to reduce his reservation. Without this, our mana is really low, and I don't like it at all. And for movement, we use Frostblink, since Frostblink didn't interrupt Cyclone, fast attacks, and Whirling Blades. Now let's dive into our tree. Firstly, I want to talk about our unique jewels. As you might see right now, I'm using Watcher's Eye with gain flash charge when the critical strike were affected by precision to get the most effect of our flasks, and I've bought this one with increased armor while affected by the plus armor while affected by determination. Our second unique jewel is Militant Faith with High Template Dominos. We need this one with reduced mana cost of skills, Pertin Devotion, and I bought this one with 12 elemental resistance Pertin Devotions. This one you need to take a little bit of care, since it could change these 2 points right here. If we choose this point, it's trash, don't buy it. And if you choose this one, I don't recommend. You could try to roll with it, but as this is not good as well. The third one is Thread of Hope with Large Ring. Try to buy it with the less 12 resistance you could get. I bought this one with the minimum, and we needed this to get these 3 points right here: Glancing Blows, Divine Shield, and Light of Divinity. Now, talking a little bit of our clusters, I went with 2 large clusters with increased chaos damage, 3 medium clusters with increased critical strike, this one with basic of pain and pressure points, second one with as basic of pain as well, and precise retaliation to critical strike multiplier since we are all the time blocking, basically. And the third one we need with quick getaway, and I went with magnifier to get a little bit of increased of effect. Now talking about our small clusters, we need this one with increased armor to get enduring composure. That way we get increased charges every time we have been hit. Second one we need with increased mana reservation of skills. That way we get uncompromising. Now our determination has increased mana reservation. Third one, I went with increased mana reservation as well, only 2 passive skills that time, and righteous path for our zealotry. Now talking a little bit of our ascendancies as well. We need unholy authority, forbidden power, void beacon, and withering presence. And as you might notice, we're going with Primalist, that way we gain our charms. So those 3 charms are not perfect, but they are really great. First, we need a charm with increased mana reservation efficiency of our skills, and I bought it with increased nearby allies have elemental resistance, and I bought for those 3. That way we don't depend on our Flasks to get elemental resistance, but they still going to reduce our damage taken. Second and third charm are basically the same. You might think they are the same, but they only have the same name. I bought 2 equal charms. I couldn't afford one with more critical strike multiplier, but I bought 2 with 3 to critical strike multiplier per power charges, and as elemental resistance as well. Now you might notice that 3 is really similar and really close to Cast and Create Forbidden Right. And you are right. I went it like that since both skills scale with levels, so I thought it was the best way I could build around, and if it didn't go as great as I wanted to, I could at any moment just change my main skills, change a little bit my items like my replica dragon fangs instead of Hexblast levels. I went for Forbidden Right levels, and that way I have a really great build as well. So if you're afraid of building this character, or if you have any concerns about it, if you don't like it, just change to Forbidden Right. It's perfectly good. I will try to leave a path of building for you if you need it. It will build the same base, only changing my skills and a few items for you guys, so you don't have to concern about this. I just want to remember this build is a proof of concept, so take care. I want you guys to build around it. My objective with this is to share this build for more people building it and making more improvements than me. So because I'm still around 50 million at top level DPS, so if you guys want to build it, improve it, and share this, I would be really happy to listen to you guys and see what you build it. So I hope you guys like it. If you want, leave a comment, leave a like. Stay sane, exiles. Thanks.